My friends, Valiant is dead. It's done. It's gone. Lights out. Hey everybody, it's your boy Nerdicane, and no, I am just kidding about that. But this did kind of, in not shocking news, Valiant, who are the producers of Ninjak and Bloodshot and a couple other comics. Flying Spark is apparently going to Valiant. They produce some comic books that are sort of standalone. I think they've tried to do like a combined universe, but a lot of these Valiant characters really don't work in a combined universe. But they have shuttered their New York office. Now, it's a factor, it's things that, we've talked about this before, and I think I've talked about this before in videos. The world has definitely changed. Is the way we do business has changed, that things are going to be quite a bit different going forward, and a lot of companies are starting to reevaluate. Do we need this big downtown office? Do we need this, this high rise? Do we need to do this? Do we need to, if you're a software company, do we need to bring everybody in 5 days a week? And it's, one of the really cool side effects of the coronavirus from China has been that businesses are going to reevaluate all of these things now, and business is going to be more streamlined, and I think it's going to be really good for traffic, really good for the environment, really good for people, because the people is the biggest thing that I think about is, imagine spending 5 days a week driving an hour and a half in traffic. That adds up to about 9 hours per week, give or take. I'm trying to drive, so I'm not really doing math right now, but imagine giving that back, or even if you could give half of that back to the individual where they don't have to drive. They when you're in traffic, you're not getting paid, generally speaking, but imagine they get to stay home and they have an office at home. And I think that's sort of what this is. As the article from Bounding Into Comics, who are pretty good, they have their slant, but they're actually pretty fair in their reporting. Bleeding Cool is the one you do not go to, but as they reported, a lot of Valiant has been work remotely since, I think they said May, and this is something, going forward, this is going to be one of the cost-cutting things, because yes, the industry is going to be very different. A lot of people talk about the PPP, which is a government loan that they're giving people to just keep the payroll. It's like, okay, just don't make people unemployed. Here, we will give you a loan that you're never going to have to pay your employees, so you don't have to shutter your business and lay people off or fire them. But they're kind of realizing that once that ends, they have to steer their own ship. They have to row their own boat, and it's not really, the industry has shrunk to where you really can't keep a New York office. I mean, does anybody really need a New York office or an LA office? And that's really expensive real estate. And I think that's what this is, and I think it's a pretty clever move. The other thing that's not a clever move, they're like one step forward, two steps back. The other clever move is they hired Heather Ontos, and they still have her there. If you ever want somebody to be an editor at your business and to make everything about them instead of the comic, you hire Heather Ontos. So if that's what you wanted, that's what you got. Go check out her Twitter. There's no comic promotion on her Twitter. It's all promotion of herself. But I think it's an interesting move. I think it's a preparatory move. There's going to be cuts. When this PPP is over, you're going to see books fall off. You're starting to see it from Marvel, books falling off of the lineup. And it's a good thing that the industry is kind of shrinking right now. It sucks that, writers and artists are going to be left out because of whoever's on the political bubble with these people, with these political ideologues. Those are the people who are going to get cut first. The people who, they're good, but we don't really know if they're an ally. We don't really know how they vote. They don't really post a whole lot of things to echo our politics. Those are the people who are going to get cut when these things happen. I think Marvel's going to... DNC is predicting like a super apocalypse in the comic book industry right now. When you look at the factors, I could see it. Who's going to be... We're looking at right now, who's going to be a smart company, who is already a smart company, Peter Simeti, and who's going to be a dumb company that disappears? Lion Forge Oni. Peter Simeti has the right idea right now. He's not really firing to trying to do a big universe. He produces stuff out of, I guess, his basement, and when he's not getting raided by the police, he just puts out some good comics. And go check him out over at Alterna Comics. But I will link to this as well. But I think it's not the end of the world for Valiant. It's actually trimming some of the fat so they can be a little more lean, a little more agile, and be a little better prepared for the things that come in the future. Speaking of the future, I'm going to have to go find out if John De La Rosa's Flying Spark is going to be on that. I hadn't followed. I really hadn't been following that when he started to beef with Ethan. I really think the beefing between these creators is just not really productive for things. But anyway, I'll leave that where that is. You guys can go look up that little fight, that little kerfuffle. But go check out the article. Go check out Bounding into Comics. They do a pretty good job. And tell me what you think in the comments. Tell me what you think this is. Are the things that I'm seeing adding up for you? Are you seeing the same thing? If not, let me know in the comments. You guys go have a good day. It's Friday. Go have a good weekend. And stay safe, stay healthy, and go find something you love and do it. Bye.